Hello everyone and welcome to my presentation on what API securities and how to implement secure API with JWTs and role-based access in .NET PostgreSQL database. My name is MG and today I will dive deep into why API security is crucial, how to implement it using JWT tokens, and how to enforce role-based access control in .NET application. So let us start. Okay. Today content where we cover what API security is needed. Authentication and authorization, API security way, what is JWT, JSON what token, and the final thing is letter braided secure what API with JWT tokens and role-based access in .NET by using PostgreSQL. So let us start. Alright. Let us start by understanding why what API security is so important. You know, APIs are the backbone of modern web application, and they often handle sensitive data. So without proper secure method, API can become a major vulnerability. So here's some reasons why we need to secure our APIs. Number one, sensitive protections of sensitive data. You know, API often transmits data and information like user credentials, personal data, or financial detail. So our API need to secure and need to protect our sensitive data. So secure is crucial in our application. So at this time, API is important to be make sure protections of sensitive data. Number two, prevent unauthorized access. We need to make sure that only authorized user or system can access our APIs and our resources. So it is also important to prevent unauthorized access. Number three, safeguard and against attack. APIs are common target for attack like SQL injection or DDoS attack, and it is the middle between the attack. So proper security measure is required, and we need to cover for those risks to attack another party. So it is also important. And the number four is ensure data integrity. You know, we need to make sure that our data need to send and receive between our system. At that time, our data need to integrate between the systems. And number five is trust and reliability. Our API bit and need to trust users and ensure the reliability between our parties. So trust and reliability is also important in API security. And the last one is compliance with regulation. It means many industries have strict regulation around data security, such as GDPR, you know, or HIPAA. So our secure API have you to compliant for your data. That's why API security is also important in our modern application. Okay. Alright, now let us talk about authentication and authorization. It is two concepts in our API security. What is authentication? Authentication is the process of verifying the identity of the user. It means who are you and verifying the user identity. It can be done by using the method like basic authentication, JWT authentication, or OAuth 2.0. And the second is authorization. On the other hand, control and authorize. Firstly, the user authenticate in our system, but we need to give permission for that user or like that. So authorization means can you do or like this. So it can be implemented by using role-based access controls or claim-based access. So this is differences between authentication and authorization. Alright, let us take closer look and what are the security API security method with. So number one is authentication. We need to make for the API security, we can use authentication approach. It means verifying the identity, user identity. The user is valid or not in our system. So number one is authentication, and number two is authorization. Authorization means access control. There are two kinds of authorization approach like role-based authorized access or claim-based authorized access. And number three is range limitations or threshold. It means we need to prevent by limiting the number of requests that user can make within the time frame. So we can make sure our API with rate limitations or like that. And then the fourth one is input validations and standardization. So it means we need to make sure our data that's sent by the user to the API. So we need to save and we need to correct format by preventing the attack like SQL injections, or we always need to validate and standardize input data to prevent injection or like that. So this is another kind of way to make sure our API security. And for number 5 is encryption. We need to encrypt the data when user transmit our API. At this time, we need to apply for the encryption. So at this time, we can use for the HTTPS auth. We can encrypt we can encrypt the data when sending the data. And number 6 is secure communication. It means CORS and handle to restrict resource sharing. It means CORS means cross origin request sharing. So we need to provide configure to restrict which domain can be accessed our API or like that. Another way we need to secure between two parties for the secure communication by using the header. Security header like content security policy we can apply. So at this time we need to apply for COS and header approach. And the last one is logics and monitoring. By applying this approach, we can track our API and security event. So by using it, we can keep track of our API usage and secure event. This helps in identifying and responding to potential threats quickly. So by using the logics and monitoring, we can know what the event or we need to check quickly for the potential threat. So that's it. That's API. What API security way to prevent and to make sure our API. Okay. So what is the JWT? Let us talk about the JWT. JWT is an open source standard for the security transmission information between parties. By using the JSON objects, it is compact and self-contained by making it ideal for developing web application, especially for stateless authentication. So this is the JWT. So let us look at what is the JWT structure. So in the JWT, there are three parts. Number one is header, number two is payload, number three is signature. Header contains metadata like token or including signature algorithm like HMAC, RSA or like that. Number two is payload. Payload contains the claim. What does mean the claim? Claim are statements about the users and additional data such as user ID, user roles, or when the token will expires or like this. So in the payload we can find what is the user and what is the roles and when token will expire like that. And number three is signature. Signature means used to verify the integrity of the tokens and ensure it have not tampered with. It means we need to define for the authentications and authorization. So at this time we need to use the JWT. In the JWT, it will include for the signatures or like this. So signature is the verifying all the token like this. So it will expire when or what the time. So this is the signature. Okay. So what is the benefits of JWT? Okay. Number one is the stateless. Okay, by using the JWT, we can achieve for the stateless feature. So stateless means no need to store session information on the server side. So JWT is the stateless protocol, so it is based on the HTTP protocol. Okay, so it is the stateless, so that's why it makes JWT is ideal for creating the scalable and distributed system. At this time, JWT is very good for the implementation of the stateless protocol. And number two is compact. JWT is very compact because it can be easily sent via the URI and post parameters or even HTTP header. So that's why JWT is very compact. And number three is secure. JWT is very secure. The signature ensure the integrities and authenticity of the data. So that's why JWT is very secure when we create the secure and distributed application. And number four is JWT is very scalable because of stateless. So we already said that JWT is stateless. So that's why JWT is is great for creating distributed systems or microservices. So this is the benefits of the JWTs. Also, let us continue. Okay, why JWT are very common use in the web API deployment? So number one is the authentication, number two is authorization, and number three is easily can exchange between the two parties or different parties. So what authentication is secure login mechanism for the API in the web application, and authorization means JWT can contain roles or claim-based information. So JWT allows you to control access to the resource based on our user role. So that's why by using the JWT we can get authorization features or like that. And number three is it is good for data exchange between different parties. So JWT can securely transmit data between parties by making useful scenarios like a single sign-ons or like that. So we can easily exchange the data between two different parties. So that's why by using the JWT we can get for the data exchange approach easily. Okay, this is the JWT structure. So it will include for the header like this, and another is the payload where we like that for the username, and the last one is signature is encoded by according to the algorithms or like this. So this is the simple JWT structure. So we can look at for the JWT in this website. So that's why we will continue. So like this. So this is the JWT or like this. So this is the JWT data after we generate from the system. So this is the simple. It is the header. This is the payload, and the final one the signature. So this is the simple. Okay. So let us continue. Okay. All right. So now we need to cover for the theory with the slide. Right now, let us move on the practical part. In this session, I will implement secure API using the JWT token and role-based access control in .NET on PostgreSQL. Okay. So here is the required tool. So we need to install the first tool to be right with the real work or to be private. So number one is .NET SDK. You can download it from the official .NET website. And number two is the VS Code. That's the Studio Code. It is the lightweight but it is very powerful for coding editor. And number three is Postman. Postman is the API testing tool. We can test the API easily. So number four is the PostgreSQL. PostgreSQL is the powerful open source relational database. So you can download according to these kinds of links I already mentioned, and we can easily download by clicking this link. Okay, here are some additional resources to help you. You will learn easily from the resources of API security website. It is on the C# corner blog website, and another is our product channel, and we can easily for that, and you can reach all kinds of content in our Facebook and YouTube video. Thank you for watching this presentation, and I hope you found it very helpful and informative. If you have any question and need furthermore information, you can write down for the comment in our video. So today is our videos, and this is our presentation slide. Another video it will be fine private. So don't forget to like and share and subscribe to our channel, because by doing like that, you help me and I can upload more and more video. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one for writing a real bright Z like that. So see you next time, and thank you very much for your time.